Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a Do They Miss You spread from my lovely, fantastic Libras. If this does resonate with you and you'd like your own personal custom reading, please click the link in the description box down below. This is book your own personal custom reading. With that being said, if you're new here, please consider liking, commenting, and subscribing if you want to join our lovely, fantastic community. And thank you so much for joining. Also, if you're not new here, you know that I shuffle my cards 3 times in a row. You know how I do. And I hope you're having a good day, night, or evening, at whatever time of day it is for you. So let us get it started. So the first question that I'm going to be asking is, how do they feel about you? 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 So they feel like they're doing a lot of thinking and contemplating about the situation as a whole. And as you can see, this card is, a sword. So swords represents thinking, contemplating, and also planning. So they're doing a lot of planning, and they're planning something out. What that planning is, we shall find out. So how else do they feel about you? How else do they feel about you? How else do they feel about you? Again, we have swords, which would be a trend here. They're doing a lot of thinking and contemplating about the situation as a whole. And we have a lot of clouds in this card here, as you can see. And the clouds represents a lot of confusion and a lot of, deception, a lot of stuff going on here, and a lot of uncertainty. So how do they feel about you? They feel like they're doing a lot of planning and they're doing a lot of thinking and contemplating. They're thinking, should I stand up and fight or walk away from the situation? And they're just trying to decide what is the best course of action to take at this moment in time. And this is the main central theme here. Okay, so how else do they feel about you? How else do they feel about you? How else do they feel about you? They feel interesting. They feel like they want to reconcile with you. So they're trying to make a plan. They're trying to figure out how they're going to approach you, how they're going to reconcile, give you this cup of love, and, tell you what they feel, tell you how they feel, and just, resonate and talk and just be there with this individual. So that's really interesting. Just as a wrap up real quick, or as a synopsis to the first question here, they're making a plan. How to reconciliate with this person, or with you rather, and they're trying to figure out, do they want to stand up and fight or walk away from the situation? What is the best course of action to take? So what are the blockages between you and this individual? What is causing you guys to act and feel certain ways towards each other and about each other? So let's figure that out. What are the blockages between you two? 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 So we have a lot of fast-moving messages here. This could be a lack of communication or too much of it. This could be arguments and disputes because of a lot of the communication between each other that's, representing of arguments. And or this could also be representing of basically just a communication error. So you guys aren't really talking, there's no communication, and it's a blockage because if you don't communicate with this individual, you obviously won't be able to have a relationship with this person. So this is the first blockage with this thing. So what else are the blockages between you and this individual? What else are the blockages between you and this individual? What else are the blockages between you and this individual? We have the High Priestess. The High Priestess is using your higher intuition and using your gut feeling when it comes to the situation. And this is the main central theme here, as you can see. And why is this a blockage? It seems like somebody isn't using their higher intuition. They're not doing what they should be doing, and they're not, going by their gut. They're just kind of going by their head, maybe by their emotions, and they're not thinking rationally, and they're not, using logic in the sense of where it would make sense. So this is the main central theme. The blockage is there is neither too much communication or not enough communication, and as well as somebody isn't following their intuition. And what else are the blockages between you and this individual? What else are the blockages between you and this individual? What else are the blockages between you and this individual? It seems like somebody is giving a lot of their emotions up. They're giving a lot of their feelings, and they're just kind of giving their heart to this individual. They're wearing their heart on their sleeve, and this is a problem because they're giving a lot and they're not receiving a lot, and this is a imbalance in the situation, as you can see. And that's a blockage, obviously, because if there's an imbalance, then there isn't going to be a lot of happiness involved with the situation, and nothing good comes from imbalance overall. So with that being said, Do they miss you? Yes. Do they miss you? Do they miss you? Do they miss you? Do they miss you? It seems like they're really weighing their options pertaining to the situation when it comes to long-term commitment. They're kind of like, do I or do I not? Like, I don't know if I should, or should I do this? They're kind of just going back and forth, teeter-tottering, but between two opinions, and they're not really sure, and they're not solid on either or of these situations here. So they're like, yes, no, maybe, so, they're just kind of like back and forth. So, do they miss you? Do they miss you? Do they miss you? We have the Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands represents, Ace represents offering of some sort. Wands represents, love, passion, and, sexual tendencies here. Wands also represents fire sign energy such as Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius. And so what does this mean? Do they miss you? I feel like they want to offer you a good time. They want to show you a wonderful, time in the bedroom and be there passionately for you, and I feel like they miss your sexuality, and they miss your sex overall, but this is the main central theme here. So do they miss you? They may miss your body, but I'm not sure if they miss you as a person. So do they miss you? Do they miss you? Do they miss you? They're at an indecision here. Again, kind of similar to the Two Pentacles. This is the Two of Swords. Two things, things that have twos usually represent, trying to make a decision based on two things. So you see there's a moon in the card here. And there's a lot of rockiness in the water as well. So the moon represents mystery, deception, and confusion. And this card is somebody is at a crossroads. So they're, again, at a should I do this or should I not do this? They're like a back and forth, over and over again in their heads here. And they have to make a blind decision because, as you can see, this person is blindfolded in the situation. And so they're like, do I do this? Do I do that? And I'm not sure. And so they're doing a lot of thinking and contemplating as well because, again, we have the swords, which represents thinking and contemplating. And so what does this represent? What does this mean for the situation? Do they miss you? I feel like they're at an impasse and they're at a crossroads and they have to make a blind decision based on, they have to make a blind decision based on their thoughts and just kind of go with it. So they're not sure. It's a 100% maybe in the situation. It's not like a yes, they miss you. It's not like a no, they miss you. It's like a, it is what it is type of situation. So next question is, do they want you back in their lives? Let's give it a good shuffle real quick. One more time. Do they want you back in their lives? 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 So this right here is representing of either you're rejecting their love or they're rejecting your love. So this is somebody offering a cup of love and somebody's like, no, I don't want it. I don't want to have anything to do with it. I'm not about it. I'm not for it. Sorry. And so, of course, cups represents love, empathy, and emotion. And so, do they want you back in their lives? I would say it's not looking too hot emotionally. They're not really emotionally there for you. They don't really emotionally want to, I feel like this is all more their end, of course. I feel like this is emotionally a solid kind of, no, I don't think that's really how they're feeling. That's really not what they want to do. So, let's continue. Do they want you back in their lives? 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 We have the Star card. The Star card is representing quite literally of a wish and a hope. So they are wishing and hoping for something along the lines, maybe positive, maybe negative, but they're hoping and wishing for something to come along. And this is the main central theme. So maybe they're hoping and wishing for you to stop approaching them emotionally. Maybe they're hoping and wishing for you to approach them, but maybe not as lovers, but maybe more as friends. But regardless of that, this is the main central theme. And so, lastly, do they want you back in their lives? 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 Queen of Cups. Again, a lot of indecisiveness in this reading here. So the Queen represents being patient. Cups represents, love, empathy, and emotion, as well as Cups represents water sign energy such as Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer, so you could be dealing with one of those. And so what does this card represent? This card means, do I want to give my cup of love? Do I not want to give my cup of love? Should I approach the situation? Should I not approach the situation? It's a lot of back and forth with this person, and they really don't really know where they stand emotionally, and they're not emotionally ready or prepared, or they're just not feeling it emotionally as a whole. So yeah, that is what it stands. This is where it lays. And do they want you back in their life? They are not sure. So let's get some advice. Some advice. Some advice. Some advice. Ooh. Well, I kind of want to go with this one because it's like straight up in my face, and it kind of like is already about to pop out. So I'll go with that one. And ironically enough, only time will tell. So with that, basically pretty self-explanatory. I don't think you can do anything in the situation to change their feelings and emotions, and I certainly don't think that they are in this position to make a decision. And so I feel like only time will tell of what's going to happen. I feel like they have to make the decision, and I feel like when they make up their mind, you'll know what's the best course of action to take at that moment in time. So with that being said, thank you so much for liking, commenting, and subscribing. If you want to see more videos like this one, hit that notification bell to get notified when I upload my videos. More videos over here if you want to see them. Good luck in your endeavors, and take care. Bye bye.